What is going on, everybody? It is Monday, October the 25th, and that means, of course, it's time for my News Radar. So just the other day, I put out a video about how to sideload Android apps on your Windows 11 PC, a PC that's running the Windows 11 Insider beta channel. And now you're able to actually run Android apps inside Windows 11. And in this tutorial, which I will link down below in case you missed it, I showed off a way to sideload Android apps, which would allow you to have access to something called the Aurora Store, so that you can access way more apps than what was actually in the beta testing, as we're going to call it, that they've provided through the Amazon App Store. Now, one of the big caveats about Android apps in Windows 11 is that if it requires using the Google Play services, it's not going to work. Well, that was what it was supposed to be anyways, but apparently a developer has already figured out a workaround for this. Here by this Windows latest article we have here, developer runs Google Play on Windows 11. Now, this isn't something that just any normal user is going to be able to do. Now, the tutorial that I put out for just sideloading an alternate store and doing that, that's very easy. And if you follow simple instructions that I lay out, pretty much anybody is going to be able to get that done. This is a little bit more complicated than what I was showing. But as you can see here, he did actually get the Play Store itself running, as well as any app you want at that point. Play services or not, doesn't matter. It does actually work. Now, it's a whole script that's here on GitHub. I think you actually have to have Linux running. He suggests using Ubuntu and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but it does actually work. Now, I'm going to cover this a bit more in my review for the Surface Pro 7 while running Windows 11. Words are hard. Basically, Android apps work really well, in particular on a touchscreen device. They feel almost native. There aren't really many side effects or downsides to running these Android apps within Windows. The biggest problem is just that you're restricted as to what Android apps you can use, and this thing is still in testing, and we've already got a workaround to run pretty much whatever Android app you want to run. Really cool, and I can't wait until this becomes much easier. And when it does get much easier, rest assured, I will be explaining how to do this. If you want to try this current complicated version, link will be in the description for this as well. This next news story is a pretty weird one involving the Pixel 6 or Pixel 6 Pro. First off, thanks to everyone who stopped by for that Google event live stream. There were a number of you in there watching the Pixel 6 be unveiled and so forth. That was a lot of fun. So, Pixel 6. There is a case being made by a company called Moment. If you don't know who Moment is or what a Moment case is, this article here on Tom's Guide does a good job here of just kind of showing it. Basically, it's a case that allows you to snap on an external lens that's much more high quality than the lens that's going to be built into any phone, and it gives you much more modularity. They're definitely very cool, but as you can see here in this headline, Pixel 6 case has now stolen one of iPhone 13's best features, and what that is MagSafe. This is really weird. So this tweet from David Amell, and if we watch this video that he tweeted here.
iPhone 12 cases, so I grabbed a MagSafe charger, and not only does it stick, it charges the phone. So I guess if you are buying a Pixel and moving from an iPhone 12, then you can use your MagSafe stuff?
Now, it is unclear if this is intentional by Moment or not. This is very strange. But for some reason, MagSafe chargers, if you have this Moment case on your Pixel 6, he says here the wallet, other accessories, they all work. I guess they stick on about as well as they do on the iPhone. This is really strange. It's funny. Just one of the weirdest news stories I've seen in a while. Personally, MagSafe is cool, I guess. Wireless charging is cool, I guess. I mean, I'm on the Surface Duo 2 train, so no wireless charging for me. But I guess if you're moving from, like he said, Apple to Google, your accessories might still work if you buy this case. Now, this next story was actually tweeted at me while I was recording this video, so I'll point this out. Thanks to Roy Weitzman for tagging me in this, because Max Weinbach here was showing off photos of an utterly destroyed Surface Neo that apparently was sent to him from China in this totally busted state, as you can see here. prototype, not for sale. Looks like it's maybe this might be split batteries, if not one big battery. I think that's another battery down there. So I want to tell you, this is probably a pretty darn old prototype. I don't think that this is anything super recent. Now, this is speculation, but my understanding is that there's not been a whole lot of movement on Surface Neo as of late, and we'd actually seen some other busted up prototypes just like this in the past, not the recent past. Possible that this is something more recent. I don't think it is, though. I think that this is just another prototype like the last ones that had gotten out and have somehow made its way into the hands of one Max Weinbach. So thanks to Roy for tagging me in this. If you see this going around, probably not cause you get too excited, unless you want to scroll down and look at this tweet and then just think, oh my God, what could have been? Still cool to see Surface Neo hardware in the wild, even if it is utterly destroyed. Next up, we have additional more recent leaks and a new refreshed render to match about what the S22 Ultra is going to look like. Now, the reason I bring this to you is because, one, it's a radical change from what we thought it was going to look like in the very recent past, but two, because the S22 Ultra is just effectively the Galaxy Note, and I know a lot of you people out there love the Galaxy Note. Some of you use your Duo with the Surface Pen, well, the S Pen. There's some crossover there. So we got a leak here of the actual housing, I believe, of the S22 Ultra. Of course, this is from OnLeaks, very reputable guy. We thought this is what it was going to look like, but then we got this leak here, and with an updated render, this is pretty much what we think the S22 Ultra is going to look like. Of course, it does have a silo for the S Pen. This is effectively just a refreshed Galaxy Note. Personally, I love the design on this thing because it just looks like the LG Velvet, which is a phone that I really like the look of as well. What do you guys think of this updated look for the Galaxy Note? Oops, I mean the S22 Ultra. Let me know in the comments down below. And let's end with some Surface Duo 2 news. You'll know when you buy the thing, when you start it up, there was a day one update that was almost 700 megabytes. Well, shortly thereafter, there was another additional update of 288 megabytes. If you look here, it actually says performance and stability improvements for Surface Duo, and that is what they put on the website as well. So nothing super duper specific about what this update is, just performance and stability. Personally, I've not seen any changes at all. I asked on Twitter for people to send some things out to me as well and see what they've seen. There's been no consensus here or on Reddit of any specific changes that have been made, but it is good to see that they are continuing to update things so quickly. I do also want to point out a setting buried here in Surface Duo 2 as well, because as you know, in my first impressions, I complained a little bit about detection of swipe up to go home, swipe down for notifications, and a little bit about going back, swiping from this side. If you go into your gesture settings, try this out for me and let me know if it helped you, because it helped mine a little bit. Move from here over to here. That's all I did. Just bump both of those up a little bit, and that back gesture seems to be working better for me. Now, the swipe up to go home, swipe down for notifications, that seems unchanged for me with this setting, of course, but also with that update, I haven't really noticed anything. Now, I am starting to just get used to it, and it's bothering me less, going from the Fold to that. The Fold had no issues with gestures. Duo is having some detection issues. I'm getting used to it, so it's bothering me a little bit less for sure. But I'd love to know if this setting helps any of you with the back gesture. And let me know what kind of issues you're having with typing or with those swipe gestures. For me, typing has been really good. I've seen some reports of some just general touch detection. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. And I'm also going to link to this tweet as well, because this is kind of a quick list I made of some of the best photography reviews for Surface Duo 2. A YouTuber named Drew Lips, who's got a great YouTube channel. I'm sure some of you have already watched a lot of his content. Adam, Tech Odyssey, my own video as well, in case you missed it, and then a video from David Kogan at The Unlocker. These are probably the best, most comprehensive photography videos on Surface Duo 2, so definitely give these a look if you haven't done it already. But that is all the news I have for you today. Be sure to check back every Monday and Friday for the next news radar. Thanks for making it to the end of today's video. If you want to help support the channel, click that join button down below, or maybe just subscribe so you don't miss the next piece of content. And until then, stay nerdy, my friends.